Hey guys, it's Lisa from Arcane and Stellar, and I'm here with another pick a card reading. So, this reading is going to be about how you view your person versus how they view you. And it's just going to be like kind of current energies. And I want to say one thing. I saw somebody a while back, I don't know, in the past month or so, and they said it was kind of stupid to have how you feel or how you're, blah, blah, blah. They're like, why would I need to know what I'm doing or feeling or whatever, thinking. Well, the reason why I do this is because of the fact that it kind of helps people confirm whether this reading is for them, if it's the right energy that they're in. So that's, usually why I do it. So with that being said, we have 4 piles. Pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I want to say a huge, huge thank you real quick to Darlene, Connie, Angel, Mindy, Katie, Amy, Christine. You guys are like blowing me away. You guys they got me a lot of things off the wish list, and I've just had like crazy mail coming in, and I'm just so thankful and grateful and happy about this. Like I'm shocked and in awe, and I just don't have, those are all the words that can come out. I've already emailed them and thanked them personally and stuff, but I just want to give them a public shout out. Thank you guys so much for going to my wish list, picking something out that you think I'd like, and or that you'd like to see me use, and just very thankful for that. And we'll be setting up readings with you guys so that you guys can get a reading with me. So with speaking of private readings, that is a way to get them through getting me something off my wish list and making sure to leave your email in a gift note. Also, I have an Etsy store now. I started at the first of the month, and you can purchase a reading there too, so if you're interested. So we have piles 1, 2, 3, and 4 again. Go ahead and take a moment, take some deep breaths, and go ahead and find the timestamps down below when you're ready. Hey, so if you've chosen pile number 1, this is how your person and you're viewing your person and how they're viewing you. Okay, so let's get into it and see. So the overall energy between the two of you is going to be this card right here. And this is from Mindy. Thank you for this deck, Mindy. I love it. Euphoria. So it says, euphoria will amplify your awareness of the beauty that life has to offer. So there could be some euphoric feelings between the two of you. I always think of that song from Eurovision, I think it was. Euphoria. I'm not even going to sing it because that'd be terrible. We have the Tower. The 6 of Cups. And thank you to Amy for this deck. Amy bought me this off the wish list. Thank you, Amy. Playfulness. Let's see. And Forget-Me-Nots. As well as these 2 cards. And then how they view you is going to be down here. We kind of got a lot going on here. I tried not to go overboard. Okay. You might not be able to see all of these. I'll try to talk to them. I'll talk about them as I'm going along. So, how you view them, let's start there. You view this person as the Tower. Somebody who could have some shock value at times. Somebody who could have created shocking situations in your life. Have torn you down in some way in the past. And, really, somehow, struck your life. Like a lightning bolt. It could have been unexpected. The feelings could have been unexpected, whether they were good or bad. You know what I mean? Whether, good things have happened between you or bad things, this person is unexpecting. You just don't it's unexpected. And very disruptive. And sometimes disruption can be a great thing. And sometimes it can be a bad thing. So I think that's going to be, kind of dependent on how you are, your situation with this person. You could also view them as somebody who has had these kind of tower moments in their life, and they've kind of recovered from them. Or somebody who's just been through a lot. I also get that too with the World. Somebody who's been through a lot as well. Kind of completed cycles. We have the 6 of Cups here, which is, I love this card in this deck. It's cute. The 6 of Cups talks about someone who, is a deep friend, there's a deep friendship, There's a connection here. You could feel like this person is, from a past life, or you've known each other since childhood. There's just, or there was just that instant bond in some way, instant connection. In this particular card, I am seeing like a good friendship here. But I do see memories here because we have forget-me-nots over here. So it says eternal memories. The best things in life are the people you've loved, the places you've seen, and the memories you've made along the way. So you could have a lot of memories with this person, and you have gone through a lot of cycles together. See, from childhood to adulthood, these companions have been together. So, even if you haven't known this person from childhood, there's still this like some kind of a progression in your relationship that's kind of occurred, and many memories, regardless. And there could be, a sense of nostalgia about the times you've had together as well. We also have playfulness. And it says, play is the royal road to childhood happiness and adult brilliance. Which I thought is interesting. Childhood happiness to adult brilliance. It's like kind of reflects the Six of Cups card here. So again, you may have seen this person grow up in a lot of ways as well, for some of you. But there is a playfulness to this person, I think, that despite maybe even having shocking moments in their life or problems happening, they've remained someone who's kind of, tried to continue to be playful. And then we have over here, so we have this is from Mindy. She got us oh goodness, what's it called? It's called the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. All the links to the decks are down below. So we have enthusiasm, Sun in Sagittarius, and restlessness, Mercury in Aries. So with the Sun in Sagittarius, this person, and we have the World card, this person could be from a different country. They could be a traveler, somebody who likes to learn a lot. There's Jupiter is associated with Sagittarius, right? So somebody who is a natural kind of philosopher. They could have philosophies about problems in life as well with the Tower. They might have good advice for when you're going through troubled times, or when you're going through Tower moments yourself. Yeah, there definitely isn't a certain enthusiasm to them despite everything that maybe they've been through. And very, very much of a childlike energy here. Playfulness also goes very well with Sagittarius Sun people. And it doesn't have to be that this person is a Sagittarius Sun, right? These are just aspects that we can look at to get a better gauge of somebody. Then we have Mercury in Aries. That's something I have. So somebody who's probably quite talkative and sometimes a bit restless, maybe also can go off topic easily. I tend to do that a lot. Say one thing and then I'll just veer right off the subject. Yeah, mental restlessness, maybe needing to see a lot of things here with the world. Again, I love to like travel and see new places. Of course, my Mercury's in the 9th house, but needs a lot of mental stimulation. That's important to them. And it's interesting because of the way that they view you. We'll get into that because we have the Page of Swords as how they view you. So I think that you do provide a lot of mental stimulation for this person, or have in the past anyways. But yeah, back to this person. So, and how you view them. You do see them as somebody who's probably either educated or well experienced in life. Again, there is some completion here, this sense of completion. So it could be that, you have, seen them grow a lot as well and accomplish a lot. Like I said, there could be a distance here, so you might see them as someone who's far away or from a different place as well. Okay, so how do they view you? Let's find out. So we have the Fool, the Page of Swords, and the Moon. Interesting. So I'm going to just move these right over here. Starting off with the Fool, we have somebody, them viewing you as somebody who is a bit carefree, perhaps adventurous, and this might resonate well with them with that Sun in Sagittarius energy. Somebody who's willing to kind of take some leaps and trust in the universe as well. I do see this like kind of like trusting in the divine in a way. They might see you as a bit spiritual, but still logical. I think even if they saw you as spiritual, there's still some logic behind it. It doesn't feel too woo-woo, if you know what I mean. We have the Page of Swords. She's carrying, light bulbs above her. That's, talking about intelligence, about good ideas. They see you as somebody like that, somebody who's very well knowledgeable as well. So I think that that's one of the things that they really like about you, for instance, is that because I see you see them that way and they see you that way, and it's kind of like this energy that matches. Yeah, so they might see you as well-read, very intelligent, as I said. A lot of air qualities here coming in, just talking about your mind, and there might be a freedom of thought too with the birds there. Your thoughts are a little bit wild and free, and they could be scattered at times, but you try to keep them under control. And as well, we have the moon. So the moon, there could be some differences between you two. I always get with these two, the wolves and that in the background. But despite that, there is an intuitive connection. They might find you a bit mysterious at times, maybe not quite understand you. So maybe at some times, you might have a lot of depth to you at times where they don't quite get it, or perhaps I feel like for some of you might be far apart from this person or something, so it's like they don't quite see you. You could also be sometimes at times submerged in your emotions where you kind of withdraw, and then they kind of don't understand what's going on. Maybe you just get into reading or watching TV or doing other things with your life, and you maybe just like to take that time to yourself to, fulfill yourself emotionally. There's definitely a feminine energy here, though, in terms of this card, because it does talk about the moon. So, which is, ruled by Cancer, but, yeah. I don't know, sometimes they might feel that they see you clearly, and sometimes they might feel that it's just what is going on with her or him? What's going on with them? Okay, so we have domestic, honeysuckle. Domestic happiness and devoted affection. I will wind thee in my arms, so doth the woodbine the honeysuckle gently entwist, by William Shakespeare. So they might see you as quite happy. Again, like I said, maybe to withdraw and watch TV or get into things kind of just get into the things you're getting into, and you may even get really into them, a lot. You might get into fandoms or into topics or books, or what I mean. It could just go with a variety of things. We have devoted affection, so they might see you as kind of getting into something and really being devoted to it in some way. Domestic happiness is probably something that's very happy, important to you. Sorry, very happy to you, very important to you. Something that you strive for. You want to feel good at home. You might be a bit of a homebody. That's interesting because of Cancer over here. Cancers tend to be a little bit more on the homebody side. You don't have to be a Cancer, though. It's just a quality. And we all have Cancer somewhere in our chart, and there's a good chance you could have a planet in Cancer or something like that. That would, kind of, or in the 4th house, that would kind of represent that. Clematis. Intelligence and mental beauty. Wisdom is the abstract of the past, but beauty is a promise of the future. By Oliver Wendell Holmes Sr. Interesting. Yeah, with the Page of Swords. They do see you as very intelligent. There's definitely a mental beauty to you. Maybe sometimes it's they don't even understand it, but they find it still so alluring and beautiful. The moon is so alluring and beautiful. The way you think, you know what I mean? It's just maybe so different and unusual than what they're used to, but somehow it still resonates so well with them. And then we have moon in Sagittarius. So this might be why you guys get along so well. Optimism. You are an optimist. I see with the Fool that at the end of the day, you're pretty optimistic. Page of Swords also can, and in this deck especially, I think it tends to be an optimist. I see it that way. I feel that vibe here. A good researcher. Yeah, that's another thing. You might be really good at researching or finding things out as well. Tracking people down, tracking things down, information down. But back to the optimism, the moon in Sagittarius. Yeah, I feel like there is there's an optimistic vibe to you. You're ready to kind of explore new things, try out new things. And then we have lust, Venus in Aries. Look at that volcano exploding. They think you're hot. They might also think that maybe they're afraid sometimes with the moon here that you could be seductive to And maybe they don't quite understand it. Maybe they think that it's not just to them, it could be to other people. But generally, I just feel like it's more of a finding you very attractive in some way, and finding you alluring. They could view you as kind of jumping around as well with some of your feelings. Maybe you're off and on sometimes, or maybe they've seen that in the past with other people, that you kind of like got into someone, then you got out. That can sometimes be Aries. I have Aries Venus, so that's not exactly. I've been in a marriage for 15 years, so that doesn't mean that all Aries, Venus Aries people are, you know, like that. But you know, that's another thing here, is that like when I said maybe you get really into whatever you're into, that can be something that Aries Venus people are like. It's like when they get their feelings, it's like an explosion. It's like, woo, go for it. You know, I'm just gonna like spray lava everywhere. That type of energy. Like they get so excited and just want to share. Their, you know, fiery passion or their fiery lava. So that could be how your person views you. But anyways, guys, let me see. I'm going to take a few charms real quick. Thank you, Darlene. Darlene got some more charms for us. I have my eyes closed, by the way. I'm not cheating. Let's just take some charms for your side, how they view you. Oh my goodness, okay. Enlightened. We have the moon there with the crown on top and wings. So that totally goes so well with the Fool there and the moon. Let's see. Oh, a compass. Ooh, something about your direction. You could just be kind of like, let's see where life takes me. Let's see. Oh, planet. Oh, so that maybe you're really into astrology. That could be something that they view you as somebody who has a lot of knowledge of the stars. Oh, and a worker bee. They might think of you as somebody who's, yeah, a very good worker, very attentive. Here we go, and we have mom. Maybe you're close to your mother, or maybe you remind them of somebody who would be a good mom, or something like that. And then we have an arrow. Yeah, that's interesting because it's a Sagittarius stuff coming out. But it could just be about your direction. It kind of goes along with that compass. There's something about your direction that they view as optimistic, yet still, it does seem like somewhat directed and serious. Like, because we do have that Page of Swords there, so you still use your brains. You're not completely like, blah, you know. But again, we have the moon here with that crown and the wings, so I definitely see a sense of freedom in your emotions, but intelligence as well. Like I see that combo here. Your intuition could also be heightened here, that they see you as very intuitive. Again, with the planet there, I'm thinking of someone who's into astronomy or into astrology, into planetary talk. And yeah, with the bee, someone who's very busy, has a lot to do. Yeah, little worker bee. And then, yeah, so I think that's about what I see for you guys. And then, yeah, maybe the mom. Maybe some of you are moms. Maybe not. That doesn't have to be for everybody. Hello, phone. Anyways, I'm going to stop here, guys. And if you like this video, you can give me a thumbs up if you want. And you can leave me a comment and say, hey, I chose pile number 1. And I can give you the heart. And that will be great. And if you want a private reading, again, it's all down in the description box below. Etsy is where you can buy one, or you can purchase something through the wish list, and make sure to leave your email, and I'll definitely get a hold of you as soon as I get it and set up a private reading with you as well. Okay, guys? So I'll see you all later in the next video. Hi, guys. So if you chose pile number 2, this is your reading. So let's see. Then we're going to do first how you view your person, and then how they view you. Okay, so that's where we're going to start. Oh, first of all, we're going to start with the overall energy between the two of you, which is friendship. When individuals with common bonds cross your path, friendship is discovered. So it does seem like you have a good friendship with this person, or that's kind of the basis of how your relationship began, or that's the energy between you now, okay? So, how you view this person, we have the Judgment card, the Fool, and the Ace of Coins. We also have the Bellflower, which is gratitude, And we have the moon in Cancer and Saturn in Capricorn. Let's see, for how they view you, we have, that came out wrong, I remember, the Hanged Man, the Ten of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. We'll just move these up a tiny bit. There we go. Apple Blossoms, Mars in Virgo, and Sun in Aries. Okay, so, it's kind of cold in here. Just move my hands together. Okay, so how do you view this person? With the Judgment card, I see you view this person as somebody who... You're viewing this person as somebody who is... Somebody who has awakened you in some way. They may have helped you see something new. Or spurred you on something, some kind of path of spirituality. That could be something as well too. In some way, maybe this person led you to spirituality, even if it was indirectly, not on purpose. You could view them as spiritual themselves, but not necessarily. I don't know, maybe, yeah, because we do have that moon in Cancer, so you could see them as someone who is, you know, does have some psychic ability or intuitive ability. You could recognize that in them. It could be that you just view them as having kind of a telepathic bond with you in some way. Like maybe you finish each other's sentences, or the friendship is so good that, you know, it's just like you know each other's thoughts, or you know, that type of energy. Let's see. Also with the moon in Cancer, you may see them as being somebody who loves food, or likes cooking, or is a good cook, or likes just good food. Again, home and family is very important to this person. I would think that with Saturn in Capricorn, this person would probably, you'd view them as keeping their home life very organized and comfortable, right? They'd be into having an organized home, an organized like lifestyle, especially at home. With Saturn in Capricorn, you could see this person is very self-disciplined, but it's interesting because we have the Fool here, so you are viewing them as starting maybe something new in their life right now. They could be on a new journey here with the Ace of Coins and the Fool, but with these other cards, I'm not feeling like it's necessarily something that's reckless per se. They might be doing something a bit different lately. You might see them as working hard for things too here with the Ace of Coins and then Saturn in Capricorn. They might be, a very hard worker, somebody who has a lot of self-discipline at times. Somebody who's really obsessed with, achieving things, achieving goals, and can really actually, buckle down and get them done. You could also see them as having a lot of responsibilities. Maybe they've had a lot of responsibilities and lately they've just been kind of like, whatever, I need to stay at home more. That could be something too. I need to focus on myself more. So let's see. And then we have the Bellflower. So it says gratitude. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. That's by Melody Beattie. So you may be grateful for this person. You may view them as being a very grateful person for those things around them. Maybe they give a lot of gifts here with the Ace of Coins. They could be giving a lot to other people, offering a lot of different things, whether it's advice or physical items as well. I do feel like this person has a sense of gratitude for life. Gratitude for home. Again, like I said, friendship, family, that kind of stuff. So I think that's, pretty much summing up how you view them. Now let's see how you view them. They view you, sorry. How they view you. So we have the Hanged Man, the Ten of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. We also have Apple Blossoms. Let's see. Apple Blossoms. It's Malus Domestica. Choices, knowledge, and illumination. White are the flowers of apple tree that bring us fruits of fertility. So someone who's interesting, had a lot of choices perhaps in life. You might have had, Well, I definitely see the illumination here with the Hanged Man. They might be viewing you as going through a lot of spiritual experiences right now, or at least seeing things from a new perspective. You might have had to take a time out from life, especially if you've been working too hard here with the Ten of Wands. Maybe you've been overworked, or maybe it's just a personality trait of yours. I see, I see Mars in Virgo, so criticism. Mars in Virgo, Virgos in general can be very self-critical, very hard on themselves, very perfectionist, you know, type of people, very, like that type of energy. So when they do things, they tend to go all out. Sometimes they can take on too much because they're just trying to do everything perfectly. So they may see you as somebody who, you know, has some self-criticism. There could be some self-criticism about your beauty. Maybe they might view as, maybe you don't see yourself as beautiful as you should be, because they do view you as very beautiful with the Nine of Pentacles, as very self-made, as very independent, as very you know, luxurious kind of. You may dress nicely, you may present yourself nicely. At least that's, you know, their aesthetic. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be that you dress nicely for everybody. It just is in their eyes, in their view of you. You look good. You shine. You know what I mean? And it's not just shining on the outside. It's shining on the inside here with the Hanged Man. Like, again, there is that sun illuminating his mind, and you've had different experiences and different outlooks that you've shared with this person, and they view you as somebody who has always something different to say. We also have the sun in Aries. And by the way, with these signs, it doesn't mean that these have to be signs that are present. It's just energies. This is talking about, you know, traits. So I have my sun in Aries, and, you know, we can be quite assertive. Sometimes I'm not that much, but I have an opposition with Pluto. But they might see you as very assertive. You know what you want here with the Nine of Pentacles. And maybe you weren't always like that. Maybe you've recently become like that, where you've valued yourself more. You might also have been recently getting paid off for previous work you've done as well. And they've been viewing you in that way, like seeing you accomplish, you know, things you've really put a lot of work into. Yeah, and again, like I said, with that Hanged Man, very knowledgeable type of person. You probably, with the sun in Aries, it's interesting, versus that, the Hanged Man. We have choices. So it's like I almost wanted to say you, and this could be 50-50 for some of you. This is a general reading, so of course many different people are watching. But for some of you, you might either, you know, take time to make choices, you know. You take time out and you really consider it. And then for some of you, you might be a little bit more like headstrong, or like, and just kind of go into it. So I'm going to take some charms for how they view you. And I have my eyes closed. I'm not cheating. Thank you, Darlene, for the extra. She got some charms for the channel. So exciting. Ooh, a strawberry. So very sweet. Maybe it is very sweet. Let's see, what's this? Wow, okay, I don't know what this means. Isn't that like... Okay, I knew that was going to come out and I wouldn't know what to say. Maybe, well, it is a root plant, so... Maybe you have a sturdy foundation on the inside and beautiful on the outside. You know what I mean? Oh, pause. Maybe you also, they view you as somebody who's an animal lover. Let's see. Come on. Okay, there we go. I got one. Ooh, it's so spiritual with the cross. Also, you could have a lot of burdens, though. In like the Lenormand, the cross talks about burdens. So they could see you as having a lot of burdens. But it also could be that they see you as spiritual. Let's see. There we go. One more. Oh, this is interesting because it's like the steering wheel of a ship. So I do feel like they see you as, you know, viewing you as somebody who is taking direction of their life. Yeah, you may be more assertive than you have been in the past too. And you're really starting to steer your own ship, you know, and guide your own life. You probably made some choices recently that they've seen that were of your own making. Like, you know, you're like, no, I'm going to take control of the situation. There might have been a situation that you've been in where you kind of had like an illumination of thought. You saw things in a different light, and you started to be like, no, I'm going to take charge now, you know, and change my direction in something. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope that you resonate with this. If not, choose another pile, pick another reader. There's so many great ones. A few I like. I have them all in my profile, by the way. The ones I like the most, currently I update it. The ones I'm really watching. And, yeah, so if you want a private reading, that's all down in the description box. Etsy, I opened an Etsy at the beginning of the month. Also, through the wish list. You can purchase something off the wish list, which is also in the description box. If you do, leave your email. I'll definitely contact you ASAP to try to book get you a reading, figuring out what kind of reading you'd like. And yeah, that's about it. I hope to, oh, and if you chose pile number 2, you can let me know down in the comments below so I can give your comment a heart. And I will see you all in the next reading. Take care. Hey guys, so if you chose pile number 3, this is your reading. So let's see, how does your person, view you versus how you're viewing them? Let's find out. So we're going to start with how you viewed them first, okay? So the overall energy between the two of you is sanctuary. And it says, within your heart, a space of regenerating sanctuary awaits. I feel like the energy could be a bit different. Some of you may see this person as a sanctuary, but some of you might be currently taking sanctuary from this person, kind of going within and really keeping them at a distance, maybe trying to reevaluate your relationship or what's going on between the two of you. So for their, how you view them, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Three of Pentacles. So definitely, I see you're seeing this person in kind of a younger or immature energy, perhaps. Yeah. And then we have Mercury in Aquarius and Venus in Gemini. So you could see this person as a bit flirtatious. Maybe you don't exactly trust them. We also have Daffodil right here. Yeah. This person definitely is different maybe than the other people you've known in some way. We have, somebody who's starting out on both people right here are starting out on journeys in life with both the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. And we have originality. So, by the way, with these signs, it doesn't mean that they have to be in their chart. We're just talking about energies here. So yeah, with the Mercury in Aquarius, it's somebody who is very unique, original. They could be really good logical thinkers, could be good inventors. They might like to make things, create things. They might have a lot of ideas about different things. That, yeah, represents some original thinking. Might be someone who wants to follow their own passions, their own paths. They might have some new goals. They might be studying something different, for instance, from their family or what their family wants. They could have, lived a life that's a little bit different than what their family wants as well. I do see that this person's still learning a lot, though, and that could be something that's, this energy can be good, but it could be, not always good if it's too different from how you're thinking, right? If you're not aligning very well. And then we have flattery, so Venus and Gemini. They say that Venus and Gemini people are very flirtatious, very dual-minded. So you may see them as being a bit of a player or a flirt at times. Maybe you don't know quite what they want exactly, because while we do have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Page of Wands, and that energy can be a little bit. But even with the Page of Pentacles, you see there's still a carefree energy here, because look, he's flipping a coin to see which direction to go to, or something like that. It seems like maybe, I don't know, maybe he's not actually, but there aren't exactly two paths, but maybe he's just excited because he started making some money already too. But yeah, there could be an energy of that, though. Again, with that originality with the the Mercury in Aquarius, there could just be a lot of different ideas going on in this person's head. And maybe it's sometimes indecisive. We have rebirth and new beginnings. So new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. So for some of you, you might have had a painful ending with this person recently, and you kind of are just seeing them, you're viewing them as kind of starting over in some way. You know, no matter the relationship, it could be, you know, in a work relationship or a romantic relationship. I do feel like, essentially, you feel like this person has a lot to learn. But they haven't quite got a lot of maturity under their belt. Like, in their passions or in even their stability in their work. It could be that some of them have just recently gone off to, like, study something new or do something like that. It just depends on your age group, of course. But a general sense of not exactly knowing what they're doing still. Yeah. So, how do they view you? The Wheel of Fortune. The Page of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles. Mercury and Pisces. Oh yeah, you got a few. The Moon in Taurus. The Moon in Capricorn. That's interesting. So we have, like, yeah, okay. And then we have Lilac. First emotions of love. Love is a magician that pulls man out of his own hat. So this person might quite like you. Actually. Lilacs are my favorite flower, by the way. And they're like the thing I wait for every season when they come. I'm always waiting for them. Let me see here what I'm feeling here. They do see you in a highlight. They probably look up to you. This person probably looks up to you. They think you kind of have it going on. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So again, they're the page, you're the knight. They're seeing you as a bit more advanced than they are. So they do look up to you. With the Moon in Capricorn, it is, you know, showing that you are somebody who works hard. Maybe you've gotten farther than them in something. But they definitely see you as somebody who's very hardworking. Somebody who... You know, my daughter actually has a Moon in Capricorn. She's very... she has like a dry type of humor sometimes. So they might see you in that way. Some dry humor sometimes. Let's see. Yeah, and then with the Moon in Taurus, a lot of luxury. Something about you is luxurious. You might really, you might comfort eat. For some of you, they might view you as someone who's a comfort eater. Somebody who is, you know, focused on having a comfy lifestyle. Emotionally, like you need it emotionally to have a comfy lifestyle. You need things to be, you know, comfortable. But at the same time, beautiful here, because we have also Mercury in Pisces. So I'm seeing you as somebody who, you know, they are viewing you as, sorry, I'm seeing you, they're viewing you as somebody who is very artistic. Like, you have a good artistic eye, and you are somebody who needs nice aesthetics. You know, where you're at to maybe even feel emotionally fulfilled. I like this duality, though, because it's like, well, we have two earth sign moons, but we also have the Mercury in Pisces, so there's definitely some water and earth energy here in you that they're viewing you as. So I definitely see they're more, they do think that you're somehow more successful than they are. For sure. That's confirming it. They see you as more established, maybe more successful, more knowledgeable. Also, probably also more beautiful in some way. They find you beautiful. But it's Mercury, of course, so it is, you might know a lot of things. You might have been through a lot of ups and downs. We have the Wheel of Fortune, so they might view you as lucky as well. Especially with that, you know, the Moon in Taurus. But it's like luck by hard work. You know what I mean? It's not just pure luck. And you're also very giving. They see you as very giving. And, you know, Pisces is a very, you know, giving sign. And so can Taurus, by the way. Taurus can be a very giving sign, too. It's like giving and sharing and stuff like that. You know, your abundance with the Six of Pentacles. So they might see you, yeah, it's very giving. You may help them a lot. You might give them a lot of good advice, and they really appreciate that. They view you as somebody who they can go to for help. Yeah, also with the moon in Taurus, yeah, you might be a good cook. You might give them food. You might like to go out to eat, that type of stuff. So they might view you in that way, as a foodie of some kind. But we do have a lot of pentacle energy, so they are seeing you as very stable. You've got your eye on the prize. And you can kind of have anything you want, is another thing. They view you as kind of like, whatever you want. You know, you'll just spin it and get it. Yeah, and they might, yeah, again, they might see you as very lucky. Again, with the Wheel of Fortune. So even if things go up, they you know, go down, they come back up because you kind of make them. So let's get some charms for you and how your person views you. Let's see, what is this? Ooh. So we have yin yang. So it's very balanced with the feminine and masculine energies. Let's see, we got butterfly. So very beautiful and very transformative, as I said. With that, like, you know, you spin the wheel and you kind of get what you want. And you can kind of just make whatever happen. You are good at changing things, at growing, you know, and putting the effort into growing things in your life. Let's see what this is. Ooh, a flower. So very beautiful. Very soft. You might smell good to this person. They might view you as very, you know, smelling very good. We have 2 cherries. So, again, there could be... you know, feeling kind of like a pear. The cross. So they might see you as having some burdens. They might be viewing you as currently having burdens in your life. But it could also be that you are very spiritual as well. They might view you as a person who's very spiritual. And then last one. A unicorn. So magical. Again, I feel like, you know, they see you as somebody who can just kind of accomplish anything. Almost like magic. It's like you spin the wheel and you get what you want. You make things happen. Unicorns might also be something that you really like. And they think of you. You know, they might you know, view you as associated with unicorns in some way because you maybe like them or something like that. Okay, I'll take one more. One more. Okay, let's do it. Oh, mermaid. So very... You might be a bit elusive to this person at this moment, you know, someone they can't exactly see. Or even if they do see you, you're a little bit slippery, and also very enticing. Mermaids are very enticing to humans. You know, they want to enticing, right? Not enticing. Sorry. Very beautiful, a bit different and unique, you know. And magical again. There's some kind of magic to you that this person, you know, sees you and views you as very magical. But that's currently what I'm seeing. And so I am wondering, for some of you, we have that sanctuary. It might be that you just go within yourself and find sanctuary too with the energy. But I do feel like that some of you might not be in direct contact with this person right now, or there's something going on. Maybe there's just a bit of distance if you haven't talked in a bit. Or... maybe you guys both kind of withdraw sometimes from each other and kind of just go into your own little world for like a period of time. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. If you like the reading, you can let me know by giving me a thumbs up, or you can just tell me that, hey, I picked pile number 3, and then I can give your comment a heart. And if you want to tell me more about your, you know, how you resonate, I love it. And if you want a private reading, that's all in the description box down below. I have my Etsy that I opened this month, and then as well I have you know, my Amazon wish list, which you can, if you purchase something off of there, you just make sure to write your email, and I will also set you up with a private reading. As soon as it comes in the mail, I'll, you know, take that note and write you a note myself. Write you a note, an email, or message you on Instagram or wherever you want. You know, you could link Instagram or email. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it resonated, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. Hey guys, so if you chose pile number 4, this is your reading. So let's see, how's your person viewing you? How are you viewing your person? So we're going to start with how you're viewing your person. Although we're going to first start with the overall energy kind of between the two of you, which is enlightenment. So it says enlightenment will unearth your higher consciousness. So there might have been something that's been illuminated about this person recently. You might be learning about each other as well, having new views of each other. So how you see them? We first have Temperance, Two of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. We also have Venus in Aquarius, and Moon in Scorpio. Oops. Morning Glory, affection and determination. It says, the morning glory which blooms for a day differs not at heart from the giant pine that lives for 1,000 years. Alan Watts. I love him. Okay, we'll get into your energy. So how you view this person. You could see this person as a spiritual companion in some way. Somebody that's very spiritually in tuned, that's balanced. I see with the Two of Pentacles, spiritually balanced, but also as well balanced in their physical life, you know, in terms of their work. They might be juggling a lot of things, though. Sometimes it could get out of balance at times, but generally I see somebody who's pretty serene. There's a lot of serenity here in this, the Queen of Cups, the Temperance. Despite maybe many obligations, this person remains kind of calm. You know, you might not see them freak out too often. Yeah, it does seem like perhaps they have a lot. You view them as having a lot of things to do. But we do have a lot of this feminine energy here with the Queen of Cups. So, you know, no matter the gender, this person is very receptive to what other people say. They very nurturing and caring in some ways. But then it's interesting because we have Venus in Aquarius. So emotional detachment is one of the things that's associated with Aquarius in general, let alone, you know, Venus in Aquarius. That's not necessarily true because we can have other placements in our chart. My husband's in Aquarius, and he's certainly not detached. He has Venus and Mars, in Pisces. So, nope, not detached. The one thing that I you know, that this can talk about is wanting unusual partnerships. Their view of relationships could be a bit different. You might view them as having unusual relationships. You could see them as having many different people in their life, many different partnerships. And even if not, it's just maybe they haven't had any. You know what I mean? There's something unusual sometimes about Aquarians, but also even like, for instance, Uranus, which is ruled, you know, which rules Aquarius. Aquarius, you know, like I have Uranus in my 5th house, right? So I have very unusual ideas about love. Or, you know, and dating and all this other stuff. Like, I'm a little bit weird. You know, like, for instance, Valentine's Day, I'm like, I don't care. You know what I mean? And that it's just like there might be something a bit, you know, different about their mind in terms of what they find beautiful, what they find fulfilling, emotionally, romantically. They also may be kind of a, you know, a freedom lover in terms of romance. You might see them as somebody who really values their freedom. Let's see, what else? Yeah, they might be a very good group speaker, like somebody who speaks very well to a lot of people. They might talk a lot. And then we have Moon in Scorpio. So this person's probably, this is interesting because we have like this detachment, but then we have power here with Scorpio. Scorpio's moons, you know, could be very intuitive. They could make, you know, also they could be quite jealous at times. So you might see them as being very jealous. But what's interesting is that, like, you might see them as being quite jealous, but at the same time not wanting you to be jealous of them. Right? Or possessive. Like, you might see them as possessive, but then, hey, don't possess me. There could be a duality there that you view them, like, that you see in them. Also, Scorpio moons can be very good healers, counselors. They understand kind of sometimes the depths. A lot of them have been through a lot of things. Actually, someone said recently in a comment, I've been through hell and back. Like, Scorpios, like, you know, are very strong because I've been through hell and back, and I've, like, regenerated, kind of, you know, like, gotten over it. It wasn't exactly that, but that's the gist. And I have noticed a lot of Scorpios in my life have been to hell and back and have come through a lot, and still remain pretty powerful. They're very powerful. And yeah, you might see them as having kind of you know, with the strong feelings, I don't feel like that's so prominent. Maybe they can at times show strong feelings. Like sometimes it comes out, but the other cards I'm seeing don't really indicate that. So maybe that's not such a prominent part of them. Maybe they keep it under wraps better. Because not all Scorpios show all their emotions outright, but they might have bursts of it sometimes. But generally they keep everything in balance. But yeah, you know, the traditional ruler of Scorpio is Mars, and then there's Pluto. So they can be they could be quite obsessive at times about the things that they're interested in as well. And very passionate, like passionate and obsessive about like what they're interested. Whatever topic they think is amazing is like, they'll talk about it nonstop. And they'll take part in it nonstop. That could be something that, you know, a way that you view them. Okay, now, how they view you. Oh yeah, and by the way, like, yeah, you could see this person as a spiritual connection, somebody who's very, like very spiritually connected to you. Okay, so how they view you. We have the Two of Cups. That's a good one. The Ace of Pentacles. And the Devil. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So they might see you as a bit possessive. They might view you as sometimes a bit possessive, and it's like they don't want that, but then they can be kind of jealous. And again, that kind of reiterates that kind of energy. We have Mercury in Virgo and the Moon in Libra. And then we have Gladiola. So strength of character and moral integrity. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experiences of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, vision cleared, ambition inspired, and success achieved. That was by Helen Keller. They might see you as gone through a lot, have been through a lot. Maybe you've been through addictions or just places in your life, times in your life or whatever, where things just didn't go very well for you and you kind of overcome them. I do see like kind of a brand new start here. If you've had problems like with your health, for instance, maybe you've really overcome those and tried to kind of, you know, renew yourself in some way. That doesn't have to be for everybody, but there's definitely a spiritual connection here that they feel very intuitively like drawn to you. It could be with that Moon in Scorpio. It could be quietly drawn. They might not be telling you, but they're quite drawn to you, because they are seeing you as somebody that they could share their emotions with potentially as well. Yeah, and there is like with the moral integrity, they see you as somebody that they can rely on. That you are somebody that they could open up to. And as well here with the Moon in Libra, very much so. Because Libra, you know, moons tend to be very caring, giving, loving. They want harmony. They just want everything to go good. And that's also with the Two of Cups, is all about harmony. And, you know, the Libra moons can be like, you know, the types to keep the peace. And sometimes they can be a little bit pushovery, but there is definitely a desire for Libras, especially like, you know, Libra moons, to please people, and so because it makes them feel good, you know, they want things to be harmonious and stuff. You might also really like beautiful things make you happy. Venus, you know, is the ruler of Libra, so yeah, you could work a lot for beautiful things. You might want beautiful things, and you put a lot of effort into getting those things. Or you have at least a lot of desires for it. But we have Mercury in Capricorn, so you are still very careful. You might be a beautiful writer, by the way. You might write about your emotions in a very good, elegant way, a very good way, or you communicate about them in a very good way. Let me see what else I'm feeling here. Let's see. Also with the, you know, with the Mercury and Virgo, you could be very, critical in your speech sometimes, maybe accidentally. But then you kind of like are like, oops, I didn't mean that. That sounded worse than I thought it was. You know what I mean? There could be that kind of stuff. It does seem like maybe sometimes you're cautious though with your words. So when you do tend to talk, it's not really like bursts, you know, like bursting out anything. It's more like you think it out, maybe you write it out, that type of energy. You may have faced some difficult times in your life. Again, like I said, with that devil energy, maybe you've had, you know, addictions, or negative thinking, and maybe you've written about that before, shared that with this person, and they view you as somebody who's kind of, you know, speaks about that stuff. What else am I getting here? Yeah, I feel like they view you as somebody with a lot of opportunity, so, like, to make things happen. But yeah, good companionship right there. But yeah, perhaps a bit cautious. One thing that I'm just getting, though, with this is that they might see you as a bit addicted to them, perhaps, I don't know, or addicted to something. Codependent, perhaps, but like, that's the energy. It's funny, they might see you that way, and like I said, there's like I want my freedom, I want my space, but then at the same time maybe possessive of you. So there might be an energy of this person that it's like they don't want you to get jealous, but they get jealous, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna take some charms here. I'm not looking. I'm got my eyes closed, so we're gonna get some charms for you. So we got a planet coming out, so you could be into astrology or planets, or, oh, we have a key. Let's see here. A flower. There we go. I want this one. A cross. We have a lot of crosses coming out. Different ones, too. Like, because I have two of them. Two different types. Okay, let's get, like, these two. There we go. Oh my goodness, it's funny. Watermelon. So maybe with the watermelon, I was kind of thinking about Moon in Libra. Somebody who's very sweet on the inside, but might be a little bit difficult at times because there are seeds, seeds here, and maybe like with that Mercury in Virgo, it's like sometimes it's like they have to be careful with you a little bit in what they say. You might be a little bit sensitive sometimes. Yeah, and then we have the butterfly. So again, a beautiful energy. They might see you as very transformative. Maybe you have gone through some things and they've seen you transform out of it. As well. You remember, this is a general reading, so different people, different things. Flower, so very beautiful. You might smell very good. The key. You have a lot of knowledge. And you might have the key to their heart. I'm getting here with the Two of Cups. Very well. May have the key to their heart. And then, yeah, again, like I said, with the cross, again here, it could be some burdens that you've had in the past. They've viewed you as somebody with a lot of burdens. I know these are like tiny. Someone said, you need a magnifying glass to see these. And I'm like, I agree. These little, they're floating charms is what they are. They're for like little floating necklaces. They could also just see you as very spiritual as well with the cross. And then, again, like I said, with the planet here, you could be into astrology. You might, you know, like looking at the stars, looking at planets. Yeah, so that's what we've got for you, pile number 4. People, I am glad you watched this all, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you resonated. Let me know if you did. You can tell me you picked pile number 4, so I can give your, and I'll give your comment a heart. Yay! And if you want a personal reading, there, down in the description box, you can click on my Etsy. You can see what kind of readings I have now. I just started it in the beginning of the month. And I've been really surprised at how many people got readings. I'm happy that you've wanted to get a reading with me, some of you. And if you don't want to do Etsy, there's also the Amazon wish list. Anybody who buys something off my Amazon wish list, as long as they leave a way for me to contact them in the gift note, I will do a reading in return too. Doesn't matter what you buy. Just whatever's on there that you want to buy. So, with that being said, I will see you all in the next reading. Take care. And yeah, see you next time.